Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back. We're so glad you're here to continue our study of Elisha and the different miracles that God uses him to do. That's right, we keep talking about food, making us all hungry. So we're in 2 Kings chapter 4, and last week we were in verses 38 to 41. This week we're doing 42 to 44, so not very many verses this week either. So in verse 42, it says, "And there came a man from Baal Shalisha and brought the man of God bread of the first fruits, 20 loaves of barley, and full ears of corn in the husk thereof. And he said, Give unto the people that they may eat." So our lovely assistant just brought us our loaves of bread and our corn on the cob, husks of corn. So you can use your imagination a little bit, but this is Peter's kind of bread, isn't it, Peter? A man brings this while Elisha is teaching a group of people. He's teaching them about God's word. He's teaching them about who God is and God's character. And these people are getting hungry. I don't think they could see through their bread. These people are getting hungry. And so this man actually delivers food to Elisha because he likes what Elisha is teaching. He's glad that he's there teaching about God. And so he brings the food. Well, when Elisha gets the food, he says, well, give it to these people. There's these 100 people who are sitting here, who are listening to me, who are hungry. And the servant looks at him like he's crazy. You want me to feed 100 people with just this? He's like, that's just nuts. That's just crazy. Verse 43, "And his servitor said, What should I set this before 100 men? He said again," so Elisha says again, "Give the people that they may eat. For thus saith the Lord, they shall eat and shall have leave thereof." He said, give it to the people, and God has told me there will be enough for... Now, you gave it to the people, all right, Peter. I would not advise throwing the can of corn, though. That could end poorly. So he says, give it to the people, and God told me that we will have leftovers. There will be enough left over after we eat. So not only enough for 100 people, but also enough leftovers. Verse 44, "And he set it before them, and they did eat, and left thereof, according to the word of the Lord." So they had so much to eat. The people were able to eat. They were able to get full. It was enough food. Boys and girls, as we read that story, it made me think of the story in the New Testament with the loaves and the fishes. Well, this is in the Old Testament with Elisha, and he is able to feed the people with the bread and with the corn. So not only does God provide, boys and girls, we saw that last week as well, but he also keeps his word. It says that the Lord said that this would happen, and it did happen. Do you keep your word, boys and girls? When you tell someone you're going to do something, do you actually do it? Can people trust what you say? Or do you have to say, I'm not even lying, or I'm telling the truth this time? Boys and girls, if you have to start a statement with that, that means your word isn't always honest. What is your reputation? Are you honest? Do you keep your promises? But also, do you trust God that he will keep his promises? Boys and girls, it's important that we be honest people, that we keep our word when we say we're going to do something. And boys and girls, we know sometimes mom and dad will say, we're going to go on a picnic, and then all of a sudden there's a thunderstorm. Okay, we know sometimes those things happen. But if you tell someone you're going to help them out, you should be there to help them out, boys and girls. If you tell someone you're going to, buy or do, or you promise your assistance, make sure you do that, boys and girls. Be a person of your word. And make sure you're honest in what you say, that you don't have to preface a statement with, I'm telling the truth, or I'm not even lying. Make sure that what you say is honest and true. Remember, God is a God of miracles, and he provides.